And good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Neely FX. My name is Michael Neely, and this is the channel where I talk about foreign exchange trading, prop firm trading, and with a little bit of luck, making money and a lot of skill, making a lot of money. We're making money doing all those things. Now, with that, it's time for our weekly Forex look ahead. It's the part where I sit around and look at some charts and try to figure out what direction everything's going in, and maybe even get set up for the next week. So with that, let's go ahead and get into our risk disclaimer screen, since I'm going to be doing those sort of things. Since I'm going to be talking about foreign exchange trading, and I live in the United States, so this is required by law, if I'm not mistaken. If not, it's always a good idea to do. This channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute trading or financial advice. I'm a professional trader, not a broker, trading my own capital. I'm also an aspiring prop firm trader, funded prop firm trader with a couple of companies in England. I do not solicit funds, manage client accounts, nor do I hold CFTC or NFA registration, although I have held NFA registration in the past. Forex trading is highly speculative with a high risk of losing some or all of your investment capital. Only trade with funds you can comfortably afford to lose. And here is the CFTC risk disclosure. Forex trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before trading Forex, consider your investment objectives, experience, and risk appetite. You could sustain a loss of some or all of your investment capital. And as you can hear, I'm also here with Henry, the Forex trading parakeet, who's trying to crawl down my shirt. And I'm also in a black shirt today, so that'll make things interesting. For copyright reasons, I need to keep this logo out, although it is not a copyrighted item. But here we go. Let's go into here and see what we've got scaring up this week. Nope, this week. Apply settings. And I know one thing we've got coming up this week. It's always exciting to see. You know what it is. NFPs on Friday. So first we have on Monday. Sunday we've got nothing going on. Nothing worth talking about. Rating dog manufacturing PMI. I don't know what that is. Sounds funny. Here we have the ISM for manufacturing for the United States and manufacturing ISM manufacturing pricing for the United States tomorrow. Then we have the Australian cash rate. They're going to have a rate decision, and it looks like they're expected to raise rates 0.15%. So that'll be interesting. Might be a reason for the recent run up in the Aussie as they price in the new policy, the new rate. And then we have the policy statement and RBA other statement, which has some other things going on. Henry, get out of my shirt. He's a cute little bugger, though, aren't you? Let's see. And after that, we have JOLTS. Yep, JOLTS on Tuesday. We have the unemployment rate for New Zealand, which I can't imagine that would get too crazy. Although I guess it can. Let's see. And then we have on Wednesday, we have ADP non-farm payroll employment change. Might be interesting. And the ISM services PMI. So that's also interesting. For the United States. Down here, we have the British policy and British rate. How about that? On Thursday the 5th at 7:30. So that might be a reason for the recent run-ups in the pound. And then we have, right, Henry? And then we have, oh, look at that. Same day, we have the Euro, the EU having their price, their rate decisions. They're both expected to hold. I've never seen them buck, but actually I have. The day in 2015 when the Swiss interest rates went to negative interest rates for the first time in history, it was a 1,200 pip move in a matter of seconds that day. It broke everybody. It broke a lot of Forex firms and traders. That's the last time that I lost an account. I lost a live account. Let me see. So I woke up one morning and it was gone. Now, the bad news is I had the right decision, and then I watched some institutional traders and see what JP Morgan was doing and Goldman Sachs, and I went with them, and I went the wrong way. So that burned me for a long time. I don't necessarily follow institutionals anymore because I just try to figure out what way they're manipulating the price upward and downward. And if you are saying, if you're going to cry about price manipulation, this is not the market for you to trade. Yes, there are major powers that manipulate the prices every day, starting with the starting with central banks. So this is not, that is just part of the game, is price manipulation. Let me see. So after that, we've got NFPs on Friday. And I've said my 2 cents. Let's get into this and see what we're going to go on with this. Let's see. Because price manipulation is something I'm going to talk about in just a minute on another thing. Not in the DXY, though. The DXY we have, look at that. 2 almost identical candles going in the opposite directions. I'm going to call that a turnaround candle right there on the weekly chart. And I also already pulled down the weekly support trend line. It was up here off in space somewhere, so I pulled it down, and now it's got 3 touches, which validates it. So we're now looking for a possible dollar strong week, which would be very interesting. See that come back up to around this area, around the 98, 99 area, and then we could watch that effect happen throughout the world. Let's see. So based on that one, I think it's an evening star candle, or an inverted hammer. I think that's more what it's called, an inverted hammer. So based on the on the weekly, we could see that the dollar get stronger. Here we have the euro versus the British pound. They're about even right there. They're really not going anywhere on a weekly level, from close to close. I mean, that's 20 pips. Am I saying that right? 86, 83, 86, yeah, it's 20 pips, huh? So it's not really going anywhere. It does have these spikes throughout the day, making it kind of tradable, but nothing to write home about. Yes, I'm under the weather, if you're asking. Euro versus the dollar. Look at that. That is another inverted hammer. No, with a really strong long wick. Problem is, it's blue and not red. If it were red, I would say that we're definitely going to see it go downward on the dollar versus the euro. If the DXY goes up, however, the euro versus the dollar is going down. It's basically the mathematical inverse of the DXY. Shoulder. Dollar versus the yen. It's right here. It is just kind of hanging out around there. I'm not sure where it might be going. Let's go ahead and look at the dailies on this. It's just one of my favorites. It's not staying one of my favorites. Let me switch back to the euro and the yen for my primary currency, or the pound versus the yen. Pound versus the dollar, and then go to the pound versus the yen for my yen cross, because the euro versus the dollar versus the yen is just not fun. It's languishes a lot. It doesn't really go anywhere. So I went down to the dailies on this. We did have a big push here on Friday, due to everyone blames it on the new Fed chair choice, Warsh. I don't see that at all. As a matter of fact, I see that as the antithesis. He is a dollar strong guy, but that did not cause the silver and the gold markets to freak out yesterday. I have a different theory on that, and it's actually a theory I got from a very smart other person that's on the internet. Pound versus the dollar. Again, big downward move on the pound versus the dollar. And then we're also setting up for a pound interest rate not change hold. So we'll see what happens on that on, what's it, Tuesday? Thursday? I think it's Thursday. I don't remember. It is on Thursday. Ow! That's where Henry gets grounded, when he starts biting my neck and I'm doing a video. Okay, so with that, let's go into... And his little beak hurts. Yes, it does. So we can see this come down a little bit more before it bounces. The purpose of technical analysis is not to prove where anything is going either. It's to also just kind of get an idea of where everything's going. Pound versus the yen. Again, not really gone anywhere the last couple of weeks. Got a lot of spikes in there. Definitely a lot of spikes. Probably got, that's the daily chart. See what it looks like on the weekly chart. Weekly chart, all the little things are holding, and it is still going upward. That is a hammer doji. Hammer candlestick, which is indicating that it could be heading to the south direction. soon, and that would make sense with everything else going on. Close at 211.81 with the unwinding of the carry trade, which is late. I don't know where it is. Been looking for that to unwind a couple of years ago, and I think everyone is manipulating the market, meaning the central banks, to make sure that there's not a shock to the financial system. Euro versus the dollar, pardon me, euro versus the yen. Equal up, equal down. The long wicks on either side. It's just not really going anywhere. However, it is quite fun to trade. Well, it could be quite fun to trade. I haven't traded it, but who knows? May give it a shot this week. Dollar versus the CAD. Let's see. Then, depending on my mental state, I may be in bed all week. Hope not. So here we have the dollar versus the CAD. This is the one where I almost got into it around the 135.58, and it would have been a very nice move, and I did not do it because I didn't trust the candles. But that's what that looked like on the 4-hour. It looked like this. That's how I do things. I look at the daily to pick my trades, and then could have a lot more upward follow through on this. So this could be the gotten down to the point where it is doing well. If it goes up, if we have dollar strength like the DXY's chart showed, then this may be the currency to trade this week as the dollar versus the CAD. And after trying to trade silver Friday, I'm very much interested in trading some slower markets. That was a little much. CAD versus the yen. Again, got a big strong turnaround right there. So we could see a CAD versus the yen as a downward move. Continuation of a downward move, although that candle's got a lot of indecision to it. That's a 4-hour candle. Take it to weekly and see what happens. Weekly candle, and we have not really going anywhere for the last 3 weeks. Got a big up move and big down move, and it settled right back where it was. Very interesting. Oil. Definitely not getting into this market myself, but who knows? Maybe you'd like trading oil. We have, I don't even know what these lines are doing. Let's go and take them all out because they don't make any sense. My 4-hour lines are toast. Daily support is all over the place. This one's, that's a solid trend line right there. And then long-term support right here at 55. Okay, that looks good now. Looks a lot better. So, oil may continue its little tear of what's going on. We'll see about that. Aussie versus the dollar. We have a rate decision coming up. They're expecting a rate increase, which would explain this move. A lot of people, there's one theory out there that I've been listening to that price creates the narrative. Is that the price moves first, and then the media jumps in and says, "Oh, but it's because of this, because of that, because of that." For example, this headline right here: U.S. dollar gains as Warsh named next Fed chair. One, he's got to get confirmed by the Senate, I think. So he's not there yet. They didn't just inject him in. Powell's got another 3 months to come out in May, and he's got to get confirmed through the Senate. And if not, they kick him out and get somebody else. But he is a dollar hawk. So we're going to see. So it could have driven the price up a little bit. But now that we're getting to gold, didn't do this. Go down to the daily chart and I'll show you what I'm talking about. One of the biggest price declines in gold in history happened Friday. And you might be saying, well, it's just gold. It was overpriced, blah, blah, blah. And that is one way to look at it. However, gold was the shallowest of these trades. Platinum, palladium, and the big one, silver. These were all very, very substantial moves in the metals market. It wasn't just gold. It wasn't just silver. It was the entire metals markets. So it's very interesting to see that happening. I also threw up some. What did I do with this? No, I need to get back out of the weekly and change that FIBO thing. So I was trying to get a direction on that. Now that we got a turnaround candle on there, that's a monster turnaround candle too, isn't it? Isn't that a beauty? Do the ranges on that candle. million. Range on that candle is, oh, that's silver. Where is it? There it is. High of 121.69, 65. Low 73. That's a $50 shift in the price of silver in one day. $50 shift in the price of silver in one day. Oh, I'm sorry, 1 week. That's wow. And again, if you like trading silver, then by all means, go jump in and have fun with that. But it's where are these going? No one knows. We're not going to know until Monday because we don't know 100% what's going on. If it were just gold, you could say the central banks were taking profits or something like that. If it were just just silver, which was the strongest move, you could take the narrative that there are 4 times the paper chasing 200 million ounces of silver on the global supply level, and there's 4 times the paper chasing that. That means the banks are going to get stuck with a lot of worthless paper. Banks do not typically lose money, especially when you get to the JP Morgans and the Chase other ones. Chase Morgan Stanley, I think, is another one. I forget. Well, there's one more out there. Oh, how about Goldman Sachs? They typically do not lose money. So what they're going to do is that they're going to dump a bunch of shorts in one day to get the price back down and make sure they don't lose trillions, about $1 trillion. That's enough of an offset that would bankrupt most of the major banks in the United States and in the world for that matter, because a lot of those banks follow the United States. Here's a big one. Bitcoin. This was the big resistance level right here. 87 to 85, so we're in that area. It's now at 78. If it doesn't hold this level, look at 55. Actually, we've got to stop off here first at 70. So we could be seeing a washout in cryptos right now too. So that would be cryptos, gold, silver, platinum, palladium. What's going on? I don't know, but it's awfully fishy. You want to get on the downside of it so you can at least transfer some of the money into your bank account and not leave it on the table. But this is a zero-sum game. For every winner, there is a loser. And I never used to look at the world like that until I got back into this again, and it's true. This is very much a zero-sum game. With that, that's about all I've got for this week. We've got NFPs coming up this week, a whole host of rate decisions from Australia. They're expected a hike of 0.15 basis points. Yeah. England is expected to hold. The Eurozone is expected to hold. And then we've got NFPs on Friday. So lots of action coming up this week. Hope you guys stay tuned for a lot of that. So I'm going to be in the office all week as far as I know. Friday, I may be out of the office. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm supposed to, we'll see what happens after that. So you guys have a great one. If you like this video, then by all means hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more of these videos, then subscribe to the channel, and you'll find out that I'm putting these out about every day. And if you have any comments, by all means, comment in the boxes below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So you guys have a great one. Talk to you later. Bye.